You guys, welcome to our double episode of Real Housewives in Atlanta. What's going on, y'all? This episode, you know what? I actually need to change the title of this video because Sanya, I don't know. You listen, if you guys, first of all, let me know. Hi, everybody. I'll say hi in a second. My name is Tisa. Welcome to my channel. Let's get into this review. Just to let you guys know how I do it, if you guys are new to my channel, I'm gonna do I'm going to go through what happened in the episode, and then we are going to chat about everything that happened in the episode. I'm even going to open the lines. You guys can call in. It's going to be a good time. All right. So where do we start, right? Where do we start? Let's start with the most obvious. And this was the funny part to me. I find it funny. Not funny, but funny. Interesting. Sanya to me, and let me know if y'all think I'm wrong. I can't decide whether she's phony or oblivious because on the surface, everything she did, if you don't know that she left, she invited all the girls to come see her perform on iFit, but she left without it telling anybody she was there, and Kenya was even early. And the fact that Marlo was like, well, I was there 9:45 a.m., and Marlo had to keep saying how she had to jump in a cab to be there on time, led me to believe that Sonya ain't really want those girls around at all. She didn't even want them around at all. But you know what? They came, they showed up, they conquered. Okay, let's get into this review. And let me know if you think if Sonya is actually fake or not. But let's go into the review, right? And then we'll get into everything, right? So they go and they're, it's the night after Kandi got into a Marlo. If you guys haven't seen my review on my Real Housewives reunion tea, it is a doozy. They say Marlo got eaten up by Kenya and Kandi. But here's the thing, they ain't tag team her. According to my sources, they each handled her individually, and Marlo didn't know whether she was going or coming. It was not a good look, and a lot of people are speculating, is Marlo coming back this season? Because, baby, it just wasn't a good look. Okay, now, I agree with you, Gloria. I do think Sonya would be okay if she stopped listening to Marlo. Now, here's the thing, but I also think Marlo okay, let me get into this review because I got so many questions about what is Sonya's beef with Kenya. So anyway, Sonya comes in the night after and she's showing everybody like her Olympic uniforms and all this other stuff. And Drew's like, tries to drag Sonya and she's like, okay, big deal. Great. Fine. You have an Olympic medal. Girl, I get it. You run fast. Let's go. And I said, but Drew, did you not torture us, letting us know that you used to date LeBron James? You literally are talking about bagging someone 20 years ago before he was LeBron James, but while he was a promising, I guess, NBA draft pick. You literally infested our airways, and your sister jumped in to let us know, no. She really, really knows LeBron. But just sitting here trying to drag Sonya because Sonya is what? Clout chasing because she's literally bragging about being an Olympic gold medalist. Drew's still trying to let us know that she was in Step Up worldwide. What did she do? 50 million worldwide. Remember her at the reunion? 50 million worldwide. And now you got the nerve because somebody isn't. Listen, if I was Olympic gold medalist, y'all would know. I would be bragging about it every day. I would literally be doing shows with my medal hanging from my face like this. Literally. I'd be sitting there. Oh my God, it's so hot. Tisa, why are you using your gold medal? I don't know. It's like the cool gold of the medal is so cooling. It's like, literally every time I came in, what's up, y'all? Literally, I would find new ways to wear the gold medal. I would turn it into a choker. Sometimes I would wear it as a bracelet. I would even put on as an ankle bracelet. I would be rocking my gold medal all the time. There are very few things which you can brag about in this world, right? Very few things. But an Olympic gold medal is definitely one of those things. It's like, yeah, that is a flex. Like Kandi said, it's history in the making, right? Now, especially if you're going to be bragging about you went on a date with LeBron James, which I will say, and I will always maintain. To me, it is embarrassing to say I could have been Savannah James. Instead, I'm married to Peanut Head Ralph, who may or may not be mentally abusing me, but may or may not be cheating and may or may not be having inappropriate relationships with assistants. I'm just saying. Okay, so, all right. So then Marlo and Ralph, Marlo wants them to know it's a judgment-free zone and all this other stuff. And everybody's just like, wow, you're like my sister. You're like my sister. And I said, what is going on in the world of Housewives where you are wrong if you say something that is clearly detrimental to little people, and by little people, I mean children, or you do something that is very, very detrimental, you're not a good friend to call them out. I don't understand how it's like, no, because you listen to me and it's a judgment-free zone. Girl, listen, it's a judgment-free zone with 99% of the things my friends do. Let them put their nieces, nephews, or kids outside the house. I'm sorry. Am I going to be the first to say it? You will be judged. That was messed up. I don't want to be around somebody that can pick children out. I don't understand. If you're a good friend, you won't judge. I guess birds of a feather flock together. Please don't judge, so we know how to act around everybody that's being weird, right? So then Kenya says she won't make it. Sheree's like, maybe she's with her man, and that's when I said, Sheree wasn't really dragging Kenya. She didn't say anything wrong about Kenya, but she reminded me that she is with Martel Holt. If you guys do not know who Martel Holt is, he is one of the stars and the resident head honcho dog in charge of Love and Marriage Huntsville. What does he do? He literally might be a narcissist. He definitely emotionally abused his wife, Melody, cheated on her, publicly embarrassed her, left her for his forever mistress, Ariane Colt. Now, let me tell you something. Ariane is not going anywhere. She is very loud. She brags about all the time that Martel ate her from behind like a bag of groceries, like this week's groceries, and you've been starving. My point to say all this is, if you know anything about Martel, Melody, his ex-wife, and Ariane, Melody got the hell out of there because she finally realized you ain't never changing. And Ariane is fine to be number two. And guess what? She's always going to be number two. Sheree literally left a man that she had waited for in prison for how many years, and literally, allegedly, has moved Martel into Chateau Sheree. And you got I was just like, oh, don't speak about me. Now, she wasn't dragging Kenya, right? But I was like, Sheree, well, it just reminded me, like, you took someone who is trash to every woman he's been with. There's not one woman on this earth that can say Martel was a good man, was an honest man, was a decent man, was a loyal man. Not only that, Martel, when he first came to us, appeared to be quite the businessman. However, when Melody divorced him, we soon found out that, listen, Melody had the brains, Melody had the business acumen, Melody had all the magic. Martel was just a partner. He didn't let his ego get involved so much, and he would take Melody's ideas and work with her to build a kingdom. I said all this to say, Martel is broke. So you got a broke man who's never done right by any woman he's dated. They got a permanent mistress. That's fine to be a permanent mistress. And you out here with this, I hope, fake relationship playing kissy. I hope their relationship is a fake relationship. I hope she's not dumb enough to be taking that man and all his women seriously. Hey, thank you so much. Rim said, this is the best community for tea, the whole internet. I love everyone here. Thank you, Rim. We love you too. Sending lots of love. You've been rocking with me since the beginning. Thank you, Rim. Okay, so get back at this, right? Listen, she said, yeah, Prosperity said, I felt the same way about Sheree. I was like, at least she ain't got a narcissistic dog moving around her walls. Yo. Listen. Yes. Nervous says, hello, it's a no-brainer to come for Kenya. She gives them a storyline. After all, Kenya's the moment. Let's not forget the jealousy for some of them. I agree with you, Nerva, but I will say Kenya played it so smart this season. That's how you can tell she's an OG, just like Kandi. They playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. Kenya didn't give them the moment they were looking for. Kenya paid them dust, and she did enough that they look really stupid now that the editing's been coming out. I don't know what they thought they were going to do, but it just made them look bad. Who would have thought that they would have become the villain going after Kenya? Anyway, Marla is on that 2000 and late mess. All right. Now, so anyway, Marlo then tries to apologize to Kandi, Kandi is too done with her. They're on a bus. If you guys haven't seen the episode, I'll describe it. So they're on a bus going, and I really like the fact that Sonya's trip showed a lot of Jamaican heritage. If you've ever been to Jamaica, of course, they're very proud of their culture, but she did a job showing about like, no, a trip to Jamaica would actually look really fun. And it had me thinking, why did the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the only thing is like whenever they did trips in America, they took a trip to like, Stone Mountain, they Racist Place. They took a trip to or wherever it was in the Appalachians. I don't know. They took a trip to plantations. And I was like, how come we never take trips to any place that celebrates our culture? Like Tulsa. I know Tulsa ended up horribly, but at one time it was a pinnacle. How come they never show anything in our culture where even if it ended bad because of systematic racism, it was a time of glory for us when we were building. I'm sick of like going to plantations. Don't get me wrong. That is part of our history. And I embrace that because there's nothing to be ashamed of. It makes all of us who we are. And the strength it took to overcome that is amazing. But goddamn, we did amazing things too that we can actually like celebrate instead of like crying and singing spirituals. It's like, just be fair what you show our culture. Anyway, and I'm talking about Black American culture. Anyway, Kandi is too dumb with Marlo. She said you can keep your MFing apology. And Marlo starts doing that weird thing she did with Sheree. Remember seasons ago with South Africa where Sheree was like, Marlo, go ahead with that. And Marlo was like, and Sheree was doing it too. Marlo is too fake. I don't understand what she thinks she's accomplishing. She said then, she's like, Kandi, I'm sorry. And Kandi was like, you can keep your MFing apology. And Marlo was like, you're so petty. You're so childish, girl. You so this. Kandi, childish, petty. And I was just like, Marlo, are we well? Is everything okay in the Hamptons household? Marlo, I thought you was being funny when you was with Sheree, but then I realized that's your arguing technique. And I literally just had to ask, Marlo, are we well? So anyway, right? What else happened? You know what else I noticed? I know it sounds like I'm dragging Marlo. It's just the fact that Marlo disappointed me so much because I was like rooting for Marlo. We all were. But Marlo's really fake when she gives her compliments. I don't know why. Marlo, when she gives her compliments, there's something in her tone that makes me feel, you ever walk into a room and somebody's like, girl, you look so good, so pretty. But something about their tone makes you feel like they just got done dragging you like a dog. There's something fake in Marlo's compliments, hollow in Marlo's compliments. And the thing is, and it's also whenever anyone new enters the room, I like your dress. You're so pretty. Beautiful, but there's something so fake behind it. Like you think you can hear her in her head being like, you look a damn mess. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I can hear that tone in her voice. I don't like that. So anyway, Sonya again did a great job for Jamaica, right? Again, it's nice to see the people's pride. I guess like American Black people only get plantations because we ain't do nothing else but pick that cotton and eat that chicken, right? Anyway, okay. Kenya said that Kenya and Sonya was like, Kenya, come here, let me talk to you. Which I think this might be what you're talking about, Gloria. I think Marlo got in Sonya's head and was like, you need to check Kenya. So anyway, they have this event and I think they go see the heritage and then they go and stop and get ice cream. Kenya shows up for the ice cream place, right? Now, Kenya has been running a little bit late, but again, and I just want to say this, let's not act like on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they do not have call times. This is what I always think Bravo's fundamental problem is. Bravo acts like we ain't never watched a day of reality TV. We have watched plenty days of reality TV. We know that when somebody turns up late, it's because the call time and the producers are like, yo, come in 10 minutes late. Okay, come an hour late. That's how they automatically turn up whenever there's anything drama going. So the fact that on all the Kenya is known for being on time and punctual. She don't have any beef with Sonya. The fact that Kenya is always arriving just a little late tells me this is producer done. I'm sick of at this point, it's been 14 years. I think this will be refreshing to actually break the fourth wall and next season actually show them talking to the producers, actually show the producers yelling at them, actually show the producers being frustrated, like what they did with Porsha's Family Matters. Now, I know they did that to drag Porsha, but why can't we have more than that? Anyway, right? Kenya comes and Sonya's like, yo, let me talk to you for a second. So they go with their ice cream and sit down. And Sonya was like, Kenya, what's going on? Like, why are you always late? So then Kenya's like, I turned up on time every time. And I said, okay, so either producers told her what her time was and she was on time, or the producers edited it to make it seem like it came late. To me, it looked like she was coming late to a lot of events, but whatever, right? Brooklyn. So then Kenya starts crying about the fact that Brooklyn didn't want to talk to Mark for 2 weeks. She's really feeling the separation. The divorce is getting onto her. She doesn't want Brooklyn to lose the relationship with her dad. And this is like Kenya's biggest fear. That's one of the reasons she hung on to Mark for so long, because she thought that if she let Mark go, he would fade out of her Brooklyn's life as a father. And she wanted to keep the father close, even if that meant sacrificing her own happiness, right? So then Kenya is crying. And that's one thing you can say about Kenya. If it comes to Brooklyn, it's like, you being sincere. I've never known Kenya to use her child as a smokescreen. Why did Sonya sit there and say, really, Kenya? Really? She always got some excuse. And I was like, you're the same girl going to bat for Marlo, saying you shouldn't have felt bad for putting those boys out on the street and giving them $5 to split for bus fare. And you literally talking about, oh, well, Kenya, you always making excuses. Sonya, make it make sense. Where is your beef with Kenya? Because at this point, there is something personal going on that I think Sonya doesn't want to say. How can you not understand that Kenya going through a very public and humiliating divorce and her family being split up and all this stuff? How can you not even empathize a little? Now, here's the thing. It's just have some empathy. I'm not saying that that's an excuse for all Kenya's behavior, but the way Sonya was like, and so what? Why didn't you show up for my breakfast of salted fish and ackee? And I was like, Sonya, make it make sense. Same thing. How are you, just like Kenya said in 2 episodes ago, how can you understand what happened between Sheree and Drew, but you can't understand what happened with me? How come you can show Marlo sympathy for the horrible behavior she's had because she put her kids out, but you can't understand what's going on with Kenya going through a divorce right now? Man, that was crazy. I said, yeah, Sonya's super, super fake. And again, I'm starting to feel like, is Sonya super cold-blooded? Does she have maternal feelings? The only thing I can say is she keeps her whole family around her. I think she just don't like Kenya, but she won't say why. And it's weird because I don't think Kenya ever did anything to her. Again, Sonya, who cares about your stupid trip? I want to hear about Brooklyn and the fact that you ain't even give a damn. You were just like, oh, you can't always use your kid for an excuse. Sonya, go ahead with that. Anyway. Drew literally breaks a leg, right? Listen, Sonya did it right. We saw history in the making. She won gold medals, but does she have any empathy? I don't even know, right? I do know one thing. Sonya knows gold medals, but in this hierarchy, it's odd to me that you chose to align yourself with Marlo Hampton, who's clearly giving you all this bad advice. Okay, so anyway. Then we talk about when that weird thing about whether or not Sonya. So then there was supposed to be an iFit thing and all the girls were invited, but Sheree and Kenya literally say that they think Sonya uninvited her. Now, listen, I'm on the fence about this. We're going to have a debate because I kept going back and forth, right? Okay. So Sonya, so when Kenya and Sheree were waiting around for the bus, they called the bus and Sonya's bus that she had departed 20 minutes ago. Kenya said she was calling Sonya. She was trying to get in touch with Sonya. Sonya didn't answer. Nobody said, oh, the bus is outside. Okay. Sonya said, girl, I was working. You can't expect me to be sitting by my phone waiting for you guys when I'm in work mode. And I said, all right, Sonya, I can understand that. I believe it, right? However, right? Then Marlo said, well, I was there. And I was there early because I called a cab. And I said, wait a second. If Sonya really wanted somebody there, and Sonya really wanted any of the ladies there, why did the ladies have to call a cab? Why did Marlo have to call a cab? And that's when I said, Sonya, I think you didn't want no one to come because you ain't, after that argument, you said it before, y'all ain't messing up my business, which is nothing wrong with that. But I think you did disinvite them because why was Marlo, your boo-coo buddy, why was Marlo in a cab? And Marlo said she was early. Interesting, right? Again, it seems like you didn't want them. You told the bus to go. And that's just what it was. Again, at first I was on her side, but when Marlo said she had to take a cab, I said, oh, no, 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 no. Sanya, you ain't want them there, right? All right, the dinner. Kenya came running out like, I'm on time, I'm on time. Kandi was like, well, you need to tell your nipple that your nipple's on time because it's sticking out. Todd was over there looking at the sky like, Todd knew what was up. You better not be looking. Eyes up, Todd. Eyes up, right? Sanya comes out and she's like, I didn't disinvite anyone. Let it go. Let it go, right? And then the fact of Sanya saying is not that serious. But Marlo, the instigator, was like, I was there at 9:45, right? Now, I do want to say anything. This is where they all sat down at the dinner, right? Sanya served the same menu that she served at her party. Now, I love good jerk fish and ackee and all that stuff as much as everyone else. But Sanya, when you going to get a new menu? Because I am 100% sure they serve more than jerk chicken in Jamaica. Sanya took the budget menu because you could have even had jerk chicken and something with some shellfish. You know, Jamaicans love shellfish, right? Anyway, right? Kandi was like, Ralph, when are you going to read excerpts of your book as a stepdad? No, hear me out. I was ready to drag home. And I was like, what's this book about? Chapter 1, how to use kids as a weapon to keep the woman you're with in an emotional relationship because they don't want to build a daddy, right? But all jokes aside, when Ralph did start reading that book, it was a good message. Regardless of how Peanut Head presents as a little demon seed on TV, it's actually nice to see men write books about how to step into a stepfather role and how to open your heart and realize like it's like how to open your heart and realize half of y'all was raised in single parent households. Why wouldn't you want to give the love and the childhood that you felt like you didn't have to another person's son, daughter, or whoever? I actually thought it was a really, really good message. And also I think it's a really, really good market. Ralph, get into that. The only thing is you're going to have to start faking like you love your wife or treat her better if you really want to get this thing popping off, right? Anyway, Sanya was sitting there talking trash on the side about what's Sheree's problem, what's Kenya's problem, and then being like, I don't understand what the big deal is. And Kenya was like, girl, if you don't understand the big deal is, why are you still talking about this, right? Again, the bus, the cab, all that stuff, right? Now they're just having a regular conversation. Again, the producers could have, freaking sliced it. I don't know. But from what we saw, they were having a regular conversation. And then Sanya's husband gets up like he's King Arthur in the Knight of the Round Table, like he's about to make a toast to at his daughter's wedding. Don't be effing with my wife. And I was like, first of all, Slim, if you don't sit yourself down, because you and Sanya are both on the thin side. Now, here's the thing. I know a man's always stronger than a woman, but even from a physical standpoint, that's all I would have been sitting there like, I will never, ever, ever, ever hope to be in a position where I have to fight a man. But if I did, out of all the men at the table, Sanya, your husband's the one I think I could take, right? But all jokes aside, he gets up and he was like, don't F with my wife. And all of a sudden takes it real gutter. And the funny thing is, one, Sanya don't need your protection. Two, it didn't seem like they were being really aggressive or doing anything out of pocket that your husband had to throw on a cloak of protection, right? I thought that was real corny. And I felt like what he did was, because here's the thing. Listen, if I'm getting jumped, if I'm getting this, if I'm getting that, either verbally or physically, hell yeah, my man better jump in, not to do any like whoop, but at least to keep me safe. Like, okay, thanks, I'm free, let's run, right? So yeah, but it's kind of like one, Sanya can handle herself. Two, it wasn't even that serious. Three, baby, what is you doing? Set your little Anyway, right? It was just so corny. It sounded like he came in and he had it planned out. Like he watched some old seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta and he was like, if anybody tries to swarm my baby, I'm going to stand up and let them know, yo, don't F with my wife. Like he practiced that in the mirror. He was there that morning like, hey, come here. Don't F with my wife. Take 2. Hey, don't F with my wife. Take 3. Don't F with my wife. He sounded like he practiced it until he was like, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Don't F with the wife. Anyway, Marlo, we find out in the next episode of the preview that Marlo is going to be the one to host why Sanya is busy. And that was a wrap, y'all. That was the show. Let me drop this call in link because I want to hear what you guys got to say. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And I also want to hear what you have to say about last week's episode, because last week's episode was crazy. Again, can somebody tell me of last week's episode? What is Marlo's obsession with coming after Kandi? She is obsessed at this point, and it really doesn't make any sense. I still haven't figured it out. It's like somebody told you, oh my God. Let's see what's going on with Betty. While we're going, good morning, everybody. What's up? Good morning, Betty. How you doing, babes? Betty? Is that my mic or yours? Do you guys hear Betty? I don't. Betty, your mic's muted. Anyway, Betty's here. Let's go. You guys, good morning to everybody, Betty and everybody else. Okay, hold on. Let's go into the, hey, Prosperity. Let's do Prosperity. Hold on. Hey, Prosperity, what's going on?
Hey,
Betty, what's going on? Going on? I'm saying morning, you guys. Oh, I'm in Singapore, the Bay of Singapore, eating my way through the whole city. What's going on, everyone?
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
I know. Look, you guys. Hold on. That's the Bay of Singapore. Can you guys see?
Yes.
I know. Look at these.
Wow, buildings. That's gorgeous.
This is like hold on, let me see. That's like the National Airspace. There's a Louis Vuitton store. That's an Apple store, that circle thing right there. The view is so sick at night. Like it looks so good. And there's like a laser light show every single night.
You gotta take pictures.
Oh, you know what? I do. You guys know I videotape everything. And I'm like, I'm going to make a blog. And then it stays in my phone. Anyway, let's get back into this. Hold on really quick. All right. So Prosperity and Betty, let me know your, and then we'll bring Adam Lee and Nikki on in a second. But let's start with Prosperity and Betty. Let me know, what did you guys think of this episode? And now what you saw of last episode, what did you guys think of Marlo's apology? And do you guys think Sanya was sincere when she said that, oh, I didn't mean to leave y'all?
She meant to lead them people. She knew what she was doing. Sanya is a pick-me. Sanya is on my last nerve. I really don't care if she get a peach again. I would rather her not. And we thought it was just Ralph that was thirsty. Evidently, her husband is thirsty too, because she didn't need you. You didn't have to say anything to these ladies. It was not warranted. So you just wanted some camera time. That's what I saw. And Marlo, everything she says is fake. I don't believe anything that come out of Marlo's mouth. I don't believe she has a genuine bone in her body. This is the same lady that put her nephews out and took them to a house that was already crowded. So it's nothing. I don't care about Marlo. Marlo can go jump in the damn lake and not come back. I don't want her back either. And I'm so glad I watched the video. I'm so glad they tore her from limb to limb at the reunion, because she deserves every last bit of it. Last episode, the way she talked to Kandi, Kandi a better woman than I would ever be, that I want to be, because I'd have drug her across that table. You thought Candace and them had a problem. Marlo don't know what to say out her mouth. She goes too far. She talked about that lady's husband. She talked about that lady's mother. She talked about that lady's parenting. Like, she crossed too many lines to come back from. So I agree with Kandi this time. I don't want your apology. I don't want you talking to me. If we wasn't in Jamaica, I wouldn't even be around you. She deserved it. She did it to herself. And every piece of smoke she gets, I'm here for it.
I completely agree with you. Also, Sunkissed, where'd you go? I saw you in the lineup, but you popped out. Dial back in. Your device wasn't connected. But no, I agree with you. I don't understand after that lashing that she gave, and Prosperity, you can refresh everybody's mind if you want. She, like you said, dragged Kandi left, right, up and down, or at least tried to. And then after all that brought, again, all the Kandi sensitive spots, Mama Joyce, Todd's a bum. Everything that Kandi over the years we've known, don't talk about that because Kandi gonna be in a bad mood. And you literally have to
Exactly.
sit there and be like, hey Kandi, I just want to say I'm sorry. Kandi was like, if you don't get out of here with that dumb, lame apology, it was a mess. It was, and I agree with you about Sonya's husband. It's like that what don't get me wrong, there are times where you're just like, well damn, you're just gonna sit there and let them treat your wife like that. That was not one of those times. The argument wasn't even that heated, and he had to stand up and make an announcement, and Kenya was just like, ooh, what is going on? um
Exactly. That was
exactly.
too much.
Betty, what was your takeaway of everything, especially in light of what happened last episode when Marlo literally thought she was dragging Candy? But I will say one thing, even in last episode when Marlo thought that she was dragging Kandi, the readings were so old and recycled. Like how
Tired. Tired.
yeah, like Todd's built his own. First of all, Todd did not hold on, guys. First of all, if you guys aren't talking, everybody except Betty, mute your mics. But Todd came into this relationship with his own little coin, right? Wasn't anywhere on Candy's level, but it was his own coin, right? Now they've built literally an empire together. How many times are we gonna call Todd broke? How many times are we gonna say something about Mama Joyce? Like again, but Betty, let me hear your opinion on this episode. What do you think?
I ain't gonna stay on Mrs. Ross. I mean, Mr. Ross, real quick, but you tired, sir. And I caught you last episode. Cause remember when Marlo was like talking, Marlo's always on the side talking, right? And in my opinion, I feel like Sonya's husband is always like entertaining her. Like everybody be ignoring her, but for some reason, Sonya's husband is always there to like entertain her or to make a comment or to like engage in what she's saying. I noticed that last episode. And one of the things he did was when Marlo was like, Kenya must have ran after him. Sir, you was right there on that golf cart when you watching your wife chase after that man for Kenya. So then why are you now fist bumping Marlo when Marlo's like, oh, who was it? Was it Kenya? It was Kenya that ran after him, right? And he was like, he didn't want to tell Marlo the right answer. He wanted Marlo to feel like she was right so that she can have a little battery in her back to like talk about how Kenya needs him and whatever. I just remember that scene and I was thinking to myself, like, Sonya's husband is messy because everybody was ignoring Marlo.
Yeah.
You were the only person that
Mhm.
went over there to go
No.
engage with Marlo and what she was saying, knowing that that's not even true. You was right there and you saw that it was your wife that stopped the golf cart and went all the way back to go after that man. But you wanted to put the battery in
Girl.
Marlo's back so that Marlo could be like, oh, Kenya's desperate for a man or something. That was the first, like, I'm watching you, Mr. Ross. I'm watching you. I got my eyes on you. What was that about? Now that
That's
dinner
good.
scene, that dinner scene was not necessary. I think he wants to be Peter. I think this is a new Peter coming up. He wants to be Peter. He
Mhm.
wants to be all in the mess. But you know what? I liked Peter. I think Peter said what needed to be said. So I wasn't one of those people that used to be like, oh, Peter can't talk. Peter should talk. Okay. Peter says what needs
Yeah.
to be said. Ross, go back and practice. What you said, it was not necessary. It was out of place. Was it nobody jumping on your wife? That was just not necessary. You just looking like y'all two messy peas in a pot. That's how I feel about Sonya and her husband. Sonya says, I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you a messy girl and you a pick me. I see you for what you are now, sis. You a
Why do you
pick
think she's a
me.
pick me?
Because she was all up under Kenya's booty the first 2 or 3 episodes. And Kenya showed her, like, girl, no, 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 no. You think that's what you're going to do to get on this show? Just kiss my ass? No, 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 no. You invite me to your little photo shoot. You even pay me. You ain't do none of that. I don't do free. You're not going to use me for clout, sis. Kenya caught her up from the very beginning with what she was doing. Kandi was being nice. Candy's like, no, she's cool. Don't get her. Kenya, let her go. She cool. So off of Kandi, being like, just don't worry about it, Kenya, calm down. Kenya was like, all right, I'm gonna give this girl a chance. But Kenya caught her exactly how she was supposed to catch it from the beginning. You were pick me a clout chaser. You looking for clout, Sonya. When you realize you
So
couldn't
weird
do it
though.
off of Kenya, now you go and clouting off of Marlo because you
Which
know
is
that if you
weird.
stick with Marlo, you're gonna be in the scenes.
I
Yeah.
asked you to get out of here.
That was whack. And I think
Really?
that she
Yeah.
wanted Kenya and what's her name? And the other one to come. Sheree, I'm sorry.
Sheree.
Sheree, girl, sorry about that. But I think she wanted Kenya and Sheree to come. But then once Marlo made it clear that she was coming, she made a choice to just go with Marlo because she know that Marlo
Mm,
was going to create drama.
mm,
If Kenya was going to be
mm,
there, it was going to be a dramatic scene. So
mm.
Sanya decided she was just going to let Marlo be there and she was going to dish the other two. That was not by accident. That was on purpose. She told Marlo, "Go ahead. Here's the address. Come through. I'm gonna dish these other girls because I don't want no drama on
Don't,
this photo
don't.
shoot." That's what that was.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I
Sorry.
completely agree with that.
I'm a little
I
bit
think,
heated because Sonya, girl, I can't believe her. I cannot believe
Mm, I'm
Sonya.
not from
well, I don't, here's the funny thing about Sonya, which I think is so tragic. Before Sonya, like you said, oddly tried to like pick a team, which here's the thing. I don't think, well, y'all know I got a big mouth. I'm team me, right? It's just like, I'll be sitting there and be like, go, Betty. The next day, Betty, why you put your kids out? Like, again, like literally, it's
No,
like,
really, just have your
no,
own
literally,
opinion.
it's
Just
like,
have your own mind. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. It's like I have principles in my mind about what's right or wrong. If you're doing what I think is right, I'm rocking with you. Like, Betty seems cool. But when you go wrong, and I'm like, Betty, you put your kids out on the street, even if I love you, I'm still gonna open my mouth and be like, what the hell is up with Betty putting her kids out on the street? Exactly. People have their own mind. It's more like what you think is right or wrong. And anybody can get it, just like anybody can be accepted back into it. Like, oh, okay, you have problematic times, but you look like you're on the right path. So let's do this. Sonya, when the season first started, I thought you seamlessly fit into the group. You are entertaining. You're just the right amount of messy. This is a cute look. And then she decided to pick a team. But if you did pick a team, why would you pick team just got here? Sheree, Marlo, it's like these people can be gone next season along with you. They could do a 3-person recast. We saw they are not above this. So I
cause
don't know,
she
which is
tried. She
interesting.
tried to climb up Kenya and Candy's butt, and they was like, "No, no, no, girl. They got that Kalani. They got her up out of there." And now she's like, "Damn, where do I go now?" So she went to Marlo. And now she's sitting on the side looking like a dummy while Marlo act a fool. And she not even speaking up and saying nothing because she knows that Marlo's gonna turn on her too. So now she's just a mute. But just the other day you acted like you was a girl that stands up and speaks for what's right. But now you mute all of a sudden. You ain't got nothing to say.
Exactly.
And she
Exactly.
also, and all of us that couldn't take Drew last season, she got all of us look like on Drew's side because you're doing things that's not even warranted. Like, girl, you just want a moment any way you can get it,
Yeah,
and
she's
it's
just
looking
fiending.
pathetic. It's pathetic.
It is, girl.
She
It
talking about
is.
these
It's
daggone gold medals in this uniform and this. Girl, is that all you got in your trick bag? No, you need to find something else because this isn't working. Your husband ain't working. No.
I couldn't believe her
not
husband had the nerve to get up at that. Like, if you don't sit down, sir.
listen.
And eat
Callie
your
Steve
food.
said, I like Sonya. Thank you so much for the super chat. Callie Steve said, I like Sonya. It's too bad she allowed herself to get caught in Marlo's web. I agree. Marlo just is, it's such a disappointment because I actually do listen. I've been watching Housewives for a while. Of course, I got a soft spot for Marlo. I definitely got a soft spot for Sheree, Kenya, Kandi, all the girls, right? It just surprised me the way Marlo wanted to step into the villain role and the way people are chasing up after her. It's just, it shocks me. It shocks me, you
And
know?
she already know Bravo ain't didn't want her this season. She only got the peach because Portia left, and there was some more, and they needed to fill a seat. So I really hope that this season showed them that she needs to stay a friend of the show and nothing more
I
because
don't
she
think she should
squandered her
be.
chance.
Well, I don't know. Don't know she should be a friend of the show. I always thought it wasn't the fact that Portia got fired. I think they hired Marlo as an FU to Nene. I mean, we talk about how Nene's crazy with her lawsuit with Bravo, but there's a lot of bad blood, it seems like, on Bravo's part, too. They are petty and they do things to get under Nene's skin. I wish Nene had handled her harassment suit a lot differently because it's like it seems like she shot herself in the foot too many times. I don't know if she's winning that harassment suit or if it is, it's going to be for a fraction of what she could have. But that's off topic, y'all. I
But
want
whatever she got, the reason she got there, it wasn't because they liked her. Because Andy did not want that lady to have a peach. She used her nephews, got the peach, and then she threw them away. And now she up here just trying to grasp for straws, going in on people just to see what's going to stick and who going to be on her side when she finished. That's it. That's all. And she don't deserve to have a peach another season because she's on my last one.
One
Yeah,
of the teacups said it last week, 2 weeks ago. Her peaches holographics is
but do
holographic.
y'all think, last question, then we're gonna go to Nikki and Adam Lee Etheridge. Do you guys think that do you think that the thing that Marlo's been saying is, okay, fine, but I am the season. Y'all keep talking about me. Okay, true. I have had several lives devoted to dragging Marlo. And two, do you think that it would be a good time to add new blood in, or do you think that, and this goes to everybody in the chat too, or do you think it's time for the Real Housewives to just stick with a cast for more than a season? Like, Drew got on my damn nerves last season, and she still does, but now Drew's like that annoying little sister, like, we family, I guess I gotta love you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, Drew, sit down. You're gonna be annoying. Do you think they should just stick with this cast for like just one more season to see if something better comes? What do y'all think? Prosperity, then Betty, then Nikki, then Adam. What do y'all think?
I really think they need to get a cast and stick with it so the girls can mesh in the next season. Even if the first season is this season was not all that we wanted, but maybe if they build more relationships with each other, it could be better. But I can't take Sanya. I'm sorry, I can't.
I agree.
I agree too.
They need to let the girls kind of like create an organic chemistry with each other, and some of that stuff happens naturally. But then it is a process, and I agree. Sanya ain't no natural chemistry. Sanya, bye.
Yeah, listen. Even though Sanya and Drew, well, Drew always gets on my nerves, but Sanya and even Marlo, I kind of do want them to all come back next season, just because it's like I'm sick of all this change. And even though who said we should be bringing the OGs back, the OG, but even the OGs, it's okay with 14 years. It's like sometimes magic pass. It's like I just feel like every time they try to be like, they want to get a new cast on, and probably ain't slick. The ratings are down. They've gotten back up, but historically across all the Housewives, the ratings are down. The OGs have the highest salaries. That's why they get those OGs out of there, because they don't want to pay. But even aside from Bravo being cheap, it's kind of like, okay, that magic is kind of past too. It's almost like, you think about like, if anybody's ever moved, let me give this analogy. The Housewives reminds me of this. You know, when people move out, you move out of your hometown, and let's just say you're gone for a while, but in your mind, you're like, oh my God, I used to have so much fun, and there was this and was that, and you always talk about home, like, yeah. But then when you go back after years of being gone, even though you see it, it doesn't feel the same, because half the people you were cool with moved out to other places. Everybody's grown. Everybody got life responsibilities. It's just not that same vibe of when y'all was young and free and like staying up till 3 a.m. on the steps, talking and laughing and just being silly, right? So I feel like bringing the OGs back, but I also feel if they want to embrace a new cast, can we see them for more? It's almost like it's like, wait, I don't even know if I like them yet. Like, don't take them anywhere. Bravo just needs to stick for like a season or two and see what happens, and then slowly start adding. I do think this cast is a solid cast. It's just Marlo. I don't know.
Marlo is tainted.
Yeah, I hope she gets it together next season, because one, the husbands did show up. My sources are telling me the husbands were heavily involved in the reunion, but also Marlo got dragged this reunion by Kandi and Kenya.
Yeah, I heard Kandi and Trey got into it too.
No, not too much, but Sheree tried to. They said Sheree was kind of, well, here's the thing. Sheree tried to, but Sheree ain't stupid. She mostly let Marlo, because they were going in on Marlo. Kandi wasn't really too concerned with Sheree. She did check her on a couple of things, but you know how Kandi is. That was just like a plan. Like, she wasn't even thinking about Sheree, really. Sheree like was not trying to get into it with Kandi. Once Kandi let her know she wasn't playing, Marlo was the one. Someone told me Sheree did not look that good at the reunion. Remember that reunion, she had the bob on and like a green silk dress. They said that reunion looked better than this reunion looked.
Yeah,
she probably let Martel dress her.
What's that?
I said she probably let Martel dress her. That's why.
Well, listen, I will say I always think Sheree looks pretty. They said Marlo's hair and makeup look good, but her outfit looked horrendous. You know Marlo, she is a couture.
Marlo to
Yeah,
me is
she'll
always,
No
she's always
matter
hit or
how it
miss.
looks, long as it's couture, she gonna put it on. She don't care how it looks.
You know
Yeah.
what
But
she
can
was
I touch
like?
on the OG part,
and
Tisha?
I heard Kenya look good too.
Kay always look good. Come on.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
heard
she always.
Kenya. Look, no. They said Kenya, she was the MPP. She looked drop dead gorgeous. She took the cake. This
Kenya said, I
reunion.
came
Yeah.
to slay, okay?
Yes.
But can I say something about the OG part?
What?
Lives have changed. So even if you bring the OGs back, that's not to say that it's gonna make for a better show. Them women are
Yeah.
way older than they were. Some of them don't still have the things that they had back then to li- be in this cast and live up to the opulence like they once did. And it's still, if you bring them back, they got problems that they go on the internet and bash each other. So no matter if you bring the OGs back or you keep this cast, they gotta give something. If they not able to give something, I don't care how many times they was on the show before, it's not gonna give.
You know what? That's an
Yeah.
interesting thing. Who says it? Latasha. Hey, what's up, Latasha? Said, I think Bravo should have a set season 2 minimum and a 5-season maximum for Housewives. That would actually be, because it's like, even the way I don't like the way when the Housewives come back, if they are divorced, they got to like cling to a man. I think that's so misogynistic. Like, part of being a housewife was maybe I was the breadwinner, maybe I was the trophy wife. It don't matter. I'm divorced now. That happens in people's real lives. I'm raising my kids and I'm happily single. It's like the fact that they refuse to even show that to me. It's just like, it's crazy. But Adam and Nikki, why don't y'all weigh in? What did you think of this episode? Adam, and then we'll go to Nikki.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, Nikki, you can start if you want, and then we'll go to Adam. What y'all think?
Okay. Ross should have stayed in his lane. I think he was trying to do what Todd did, but the difference is Marlo invited him in the conversation, disrespecting him.
Right,
And also,
exactly.
anytime when Todd jumps in, he's calm, cool, and collected when he says his facts and his shade towards people. He don't need to stand. He don't need to stand up to prove his point. What he have to say.
He understands the assignment. He's a producer also. Sugarcane said,
Yes.
I'd love to see Moni's slaughter on RHOA just to see what happened. Pandemonium, what happened. Moni's.
That would be all over the place.
Portia. We were talking about Portia. We don't want to see Moniz on. It would just be slaughter. People would be running for the hills. Literally.
And I totally agreed with everything y'all said about the whole Sanya thing. She probably didn't want them there. The fact that they was arguing with each other at the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Deion Sanders' ex-wife?
Deion Sanders' ex-wife's, what's her? Pilar.
Yeah, Pilar.
She might be good too, but here's the thing. I feel like this cast, even Marlo, I feel like Marlo is playing a role. I think she thought this was going to get her the views, the likes, the whatever. I do think that Marlo, she might come back, and maybe it's going to have to be a Tony. I just kind of was like, for you guys, can you guys just keep one cast for more than one season? Seriously, add friends in if you want to test some people out, like they did with Moneta and Fatou.
I was about to say, add her to the cast.
Keep Moneta.
Yeah, add her to the cast.
Yeah, I like Fatum though. I really did. Like, I know that I watched Kandi speak on it, and I know people were like, Fatum was going through Sheree's purse, not Sheree's, but Drew's purse. But then I watched what Fatum said. Fatum never said she went through her purse. She said she came into the room and it was sitting on the bed, and she's like, I was like, ooh, should I go through it? But she never went through that woman's purse. So
yeah, she said she didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, no, Drew just saw an opportunity to get that girl far away from TV. That's all that was.
Yeah.
She didn't go through that girl's first.
No, you're right. She didn't, because let me tell y'all something. If she had gone through Drew's purse, as much as Drew was scared about that FBI background check coming back, Drew would have called the police on her. She would have had a moment. She would have called the police. She would be walking in like dressed up as a city girl to court. I'm telling you, Drew would have took that opportunity to stick the knife in Fatum, because she's been doing everything she can to discredit her or shut her up. That's what lets me know you ain't go through Drew's purse. And before y'all say, oh, it's a cow check. No, every housewife, if they want, Kenya sued Portia, Jamie sued Portia on Potomac, Candace tried to sue Giselle. You know, it's kind of like she would have did that. I like Fatum because I like the way Fatum went from 0 to 100. And I like the way Fatum literally
What's it
always.
by the way?
Fatum is the girl, Sheree's friend. Really
where's
pretty
Fatum, by
girl.
the way?
Yeah, Drew threw doggy treat Scooby snacks at her. I love the way that Drew looks for reaction when she does these stunts. And everybody rolls their eyes at her, except Fatum. Fatum is like, I have time today. You want a reaction? I'm going to give you a reaction. And I'm like, go on, Drew. That's what you wanted, right? That's what you wanted. Go take that reaction. So
Yeah, because if she took that girl purse, you would still be talking about it to this daggone day.
Exactly.
Drew doesn't let anything go.
At all.
No.
And she looks for moments. I'm telling y'all. So,
And also, who is
yeah,
Sanya, by the
I
way?
agree with that comment.
wait, Adam, what were you saying?
Who is that woman named
I said
Sanya,
I
by the
agree
way?
with this comment.
Wait, hold on, Nikki. Adam, what are you trying to say? I can't hear you.
That the one 5-letter S word on the name.
He asking who's Sanya.
Sanya.
Oh, Sanya. Sanya is the Olympic gold medal winner. Sanya is the girl that pulled Kenya aside and said Kenya's always looking for excuse. Sanya's hosting the trip in Jamaica. So okay, Marlo, Sanya, and Fatum need to go. I like Fatum. Sanya, I'll give her one more season just to see, because before she got on Marlo's team and was just so, this is the thing, her blind support of Marlo and her hatred of Kenya, it's nonsensical to me. It makes no sense. So, and Marlo, just because I've seen her for 14 years, I'm like, Marlo, okay, stay, but can you stop? Do you know what I'm saying? I think they can all stay, because I just want to see a cast for more than one season that doesn't change with new dynamics. Again, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, if you watch, who said they were watching it from very early seasons? If you watch it from very early seasons, it was magic from the beginning. So you're never really going to create that. It was lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
However, it did take them 2, maybe 3 seasons to really get in their bag. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And
2 seasons to really get in their bag.
Seasons 5 and 6 was the magic seasons for me.
Yeah, that's when they really found their flow. They like everything was like, okay, everybody. And then Kenya came on. I'm sorry, but I feel like Kenya is what took that show to the top, because those girls were very sorry girls, whoever's listening. Those girls were very like, oh, we just gonna hang around. When they gonna tape it. Kenya came every taping like a celebrity. She came showing up like she was a star. She dressed really nice, her makeup on point, and it made all of those girls step their game up. Nobody can deny that about Kenya. When Kenya was showing up like that, at first everybody's like, what's wrong with this girl? She do too much. She's obnoxious. But what happened? The next season, all of those girls made sure they showed up to taping looking like everything. Hair done, nails done, everything did.
Hollywood.
Portia, even though she had a white refrigerator.
Y'all saw when Kenya was on that scene at Portia's charity event. And you know, we didn't know it back then, but now from Portia's book, you realize Portia has a problem with just being a regular Black girl, right? Excuse my French, but it is. The way she's like, they thought I was exotic with the 30-inch weave and the baby hairs. And I was like, girl, don't nobody do baby hairs but Black people. What are you talking about? But she literally is like obsessed with like, I'm exotic looking. And to see Kenya Moore come in, sitting on her 30-inch hair, looking like money, Hollywood 5'10" body. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah.
They were gagging. They were gagging when Kenya came on the scene.
And Nene was mad as hell because she knew that girl had star quality. And she knew she was about to take that thing over. Even with her white refrigerator, she gave.
Kenya was the moment. Yes. Listen, I do remember those scenes with her and Apollo. Listen, Apollo was a dog. Kenya, she didn't entertain, but I will say one thing. I remember, do y'all remember that scene where they were in some pool or something and Apollo was standing on the steps and Kenya walked by him in a swimsuit?
When they was in that cave.
You could cut
in that cave, yeah.
Apollo was drooling. You could have gave him a knife. Oh,
You
Yes.
could cut that energy with a knife. And the thing is,
yeah, that was that peak. That's that peak at Atlanta. That was a good time.
that was
Good
peak.
time.
I was like,
Yeah,
is
I
Apollo
feel
gonna
like
grab her?
she gave Phaedra a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
She
And we
did.
haven't had a
She kind of
season
gave
with,
Phaedra a storyline.
and we haven't had a season with a cast that's been together in a while. It's like in the
Yeah.
last couple of seasons, it's always something changes. Somebody new come in, somebody leaving. We need a cohesive cast that's going to be there for a minute and let it see, and so we can see what it's going to do and what it's going to give. You
And you
can't
know
keep
what?
changing and think that it's going to give, because now they got to meet. Now they got to get to know this person all over again.
Yeah,
Now there's
you're
somebody
right.
else they got to
You
get to
guys,
know.
wait,
Right.
hold on. We got to address this moment. Gloria said Apollo was drooling over Kendra. Phaedra fans, let me tell y'all something. That is the first, that was classic cinema. Was that Carlos King? I have never felt such sexual tension on the screen. I literally thought Apollo had to use every fiber of his being not to grab Kenya. It
And
was
not to get a hard on.
he was and here's the thing, Kenya could have shut it down more. She could have did this right now. What's transpired, we know Kenya was playing ABC Gaga Goo Goo while there were real man stealers around. But the funny thing is, looking back, the way Phaedra went on this single-minded mission to destroy Kenya's reputation, and the way it worked, and the way she tried to do the same thing with Kandi, and we found out later that it was all lie. Apollo had not only made it up, but Phaedra knew Apollo made it up, and she was her. And the fact that people are still saying, "Let Phaedra come back, it's over." Listen, Phaedra was a cute look, but the Phaedra is dangerous. But then again, Portia's dangerous too. Or like they kept her, so
they know no bounds. They know no bounds. They have no bounds.
On the plus side, there's an issue with between Portia Williams and her husband Simon.
Oh yeah, I've heard there are lots of issues. Here's the thing with Portia and Simon, and I'm going to review their wedding special and all that because baby, it's good TV. We got to have a party on this channel. I'll say this against Portia and Simon though. Portia with that man doesn't understand the assignment. Let me tell you something. There are some men you have to fight heaven and earth to get them to claim you, right? Dennis McKinley was one of those men. He out in those streets. He ain't claiming nobody, right? Told no secrets, tell no lies. Simon's a different breed of ain't-ish, right? And I'm not saying Dennis ain't-ish because I used to think he wasn't, but after seeing Portia, I said, okay, Portia, maybe you were the problem. I will say this. There are some men, just like there's some women, I'm sure we all know some, that will get married in a New York minute and will be divorced. It ain't never getting a problem getting Simon Gabodia to marry you, especially when you have something that he can use you for, which is with all his wives, clout. All his wives have more clout than him. He delighted in that clout he wanted. Of course they're going to get married. He wants some more of that clout. He wants to be a house husband so bad he vibrates with electricity. However, let's see about holding that marriage together. Let's see. I'm just saying, Simon, you can always get always.
I'm going to say something. I saw Tom Holland's Instagram, a new video on his Instagram. And he talks about, what I just said about Tom Holland, an actor.
Okay.
The guy who plays Spider-Man.
Yeah. He's actually making Zendaya cheating on me with him.
Okay, but good point. But let's get back to Housewives. Also, if anybody wants to call in, here is a thing. Also, really quick, Prosperity, I see that you're having a panel on your channel. Why don't you talk about that? See if anybody's interested in joining. Prosperity? Your mic's muted, babes.
What'd you say, Tisha? I'm sorry. I had walked up. I had put my phone down for a second.
You said that your mic was muted.
Oh, wait, never mind. I thought you were having a panel on your channel, Prosperity.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. We're going to do the... I'm going to be doing the... from back then to now on the... a deep dive into Love and Mary Huntsville before the season come back. But I ain't got no panel so far. We just get over there and have fun.
That sounds good. Okay, so listen, really quick, you guys. Let's go into what you got. Let's do a final wrap up. Who else just popped into this? Oh, Gloria. Gloria, what's going on, Mama? What's your take on this whole thing?
Well,
Hi, Tisa.
Hi, Gloria. What's
Hey,
going on, Mama?
nothing. Oh, you look so pretty.
Oh, thanks.
I don't like Marlo. Oh my God. I cannot stand Marlo. She's so evil. What's that noise? Someone has a
I
lot
don't
of
know. I'm
noise.
muting. Okay, I muted everybody's mic, but for yours. Okay, go on, Gloria. I'll unmute them in a second, guys. Go on. I didn't know where the sound was coming from, so go on.
Okay, to start with, I don't get why people really want Phaedra back. Like, she's lying. She's always lying. Like, why do you need Phaedra back? I don't get it. And
But dangerous lies, like
exactly.
dangerous lies, right?
And she, even right now in Real House, like on Ultimate Girls Trip, she wasn't admitting to any of her mistakes. She doesn't want to admit to anything. She'd rather just keep quiet and lie and just keep lying.
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say? Marlo is straight up nasty. Like, I can't stand Marlo. I don't know how she does it. I don't know how someone can be that evil and spiteful. Like, each time you just want to attack everyone around you. Like, doesn't she get tired of that?
I think she thought that they were going to give her a good edit. I think because she'd been around so long, she saw the way that the producers treated Nene and treated Portia. The way if you just keep repeating the same sound bites, you'll get a good edit. And this time the producers were like, we are not editing you to look good, you know?
Exactly. And I think I like Drew now. I don't know why. I think Drew is growing on me in a way.
I know what you're saying. Like you're still annoying, but that's what I mean about the second season. Last season, I was like, get her out of here. This season, she still annoys me, but it's a bearable kind. Like, Drew, shut up. But it's like your little sister. Like, all right, Drew. You know?
Exactly. And then
Exactly. Because all of Sanya's
I like Moneta's
antics are making
husband.
Drew look good.
Heath just made the episode so much funnier. Like the fight at dinner, like the last episode. Heath, Moneta's husband. Like, his reactions were just killing me. Did you notice Moneta's husband?
Yes, Heath. I think his name's Heath. I like them as a couple. I would like to actually see more of them together.
Yeah,
I would really love Moneta on to talk about what's going on with Neo in the next season. She could be like, well, you know, my ex-husband had a situation kind of like that. Yes, go ahead and throw that shade.
Exactly. Like, well, she lost him the same way she got him. So
that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. But Neo, but again, that girl, that goes to show don't ever rub. Well, you know what? It's karma though, right? Because listen, we all know people that delight in rubbing the fact that you got somebody's man in someone's face. But the girl that was just there is looking like, baby, and I know you got all my problems too. You can sit here in front all you want for the gram. Let me do a countdown. I think that's the way Moneta was. Like, you can sit here in front all you want. I dated that man. I know that he ain't ish. And now Crystal couldn't fake anymore. And she had to drop it. Just like Portia went out her way to rub in Fallon's face. I got your man. And Fallon is looking like, and all those problems too. Enjoy,
exactly.
Mama. Enjoy.
And
yeah,
Marlo, you know, Marlo is a good looking woman, but it's so hard to see her beauty because she's straight up nasty. It's like she's looking nice and then her hair is so nice. And you want to say something nice about her, but when she opens her mouth, you're just like, oh my God, again.
Yeah, Marlo is gorgeous. I just wish she would turn back to the Marlo we at least knew from being a friend. I just feel like everything she's doing this season is like so insincere, but maybe that is just me. All right, really quick, you guys, because I got to go get dressed and eat some black pepper crab. Hold on. Before we go, yeah, no, I got to go get dressed. The day's just starting over here. Listen, really quick, everybody, we'll start with Betty, then go to Prosperity, Gloria, then Adam. Let me know what you thought of this season, what you think so far. And also, I'm getting reunion tea little by little. Bravo is keeping a tight lip, but just tell me what your takeaways were. Okay.
Well, you know, I in every episode, the takeaway is Marlo, girl, you're doing way too much. I'm so tired of talking about her. Like, girl, you doing too much. Reel it in. Get an exorcism. Do what you got to do to just come back to Earth, please, because you are way out in Mars right now, and we just I cannot. I'm just so drained from Marlo. I'm drained. I cannot do it no more, Marlo. All that stuff you said about Kandi was not true. You know it wasn't true. But we do need that tea about how you bought yourself onto the cast. Please drop that tea, girl, because you got real quiet when Todd dropped that. We saw that. You started thinking, the wheels started turning. You got quiet after Todd said that. So Todd, go on and tell us
rewind.
the tea,
Rewind. Share that with everybody, because I think a lot of people missed that.
Todd, when they was arguing, Todd said, first of all, sis, what you saying is a lie, because not only do you know the real deal, I know the real deal about you and how you got onto this show. Nobody on this show is your friend. You don't know none of these girls. You saw us taping and you came into our shot throwing money around and trying to make yourself get noticed so that you can get on that show. And that's how you got on that show, boo-boo. Todd, tell us more. We want to know more. Marlo, you can tell us more too, girl, if you want to.
Well, Todd was there at the reunion and Marlo got ate up. So let's see. I hope he does expand on that. But see, that's how you defend
So
your
they
woman.
let the husband this time around?
No, but that's how you defend your woman. What Todd did to Marlo. He ain't curse at her. He ain't do this. He ain't do that. But he let her know, got your number, hussy, and I ain't afraid to dial it.
Yeah, so Todd told her real quick, don't do
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Maybe.
I like that. That was a good little moment right there. And I saw Marlo literally act like she didn't hear that. I felt like Marlo was hoping that they just edit that out. Marlo act like that was not
Marlo was like
said.
this.
Yeah, Marlo was looking up at the sky when he said that.
She was like, did they have any more French fries? He
was she looking at the producer when she was looking around? Was she looking at the producer when she was looking around?
She was really looking like cut the camera.
Yeah, she was looking like save me. Yeah. She wanted them to save her. She really did.
Girl, it made it to the episode. I saw it. It's on my DVR. I can
So,
rewind
I'm glad it did.
if I want to. So, Todd, tell us the tea. Come on, Tisa show and tell us the tea. But yeah, Marlo, we tired of you, girl. We just tired and delayed and through at this point. I don't even
she need
got
to take her own etiquette class.
Tired,
she need to take her own etiquette class.
And through. You gave us everything. You done told us all the rumors that we already know about Kandi. What else you got? I'm really wondering what's gonna happen for the rest of the season, because Marlo, you just literally gave us everything. You have nothing left. Bye, girl. Sanya.
Girl, what?
Sanya.
That was a read that Betty just gave. She said,
Sanya.
Up in the air.
Now, I hear what you're saying about Drew, because Drew really did annoy me last season. I was just like, why is she back? But here's the thing. Here's what I think is different. Drew was trying to create entertainment for us. Even though it was very goofy and she failed most of the time, at least Drew has a genuine intent of, I'm trying to create scenes. I'm trying to create entertainment. I don't think that Sanya is doing that. Sanya is trying to create mess. And that's why I feel like Sanya staying on the show is not a good thing, because she literally just wants to be a shit stirrer and somebody who's just stirring the pot and being two-faced, like, oh, I'm gonna just hang around everybody so that I can get the information to pass on and to keep the drama going and to keep things going. And then while pretending as if she's not about drama. Like, girl, I see you, I got your card, I got your number. And I don't like that kind of person for this show, because I feel like we're just gonna keep every episode having this ever-ending cycle of drama, and Sanya's gonna be the one to continue it on, because she feels like that's gonna be her thing on the show, that she's gonna do, and that's what's gonna have her keeping the peach, basically like the baby bone carrier. I don't like that. I just don't, because even when Sheree was being the bone carrier, Sheree wasn't doing it this bad. For example, that whole scene you had with Kenya, when Kenya said that thing about her being an adoptive kid, you could have came back to Marlo and said that in the way that it was said to you. If you was really trying to be peaceful and really trying to be a mediator, you could have went back to Marlo and said, yo, Kenya, remember, Kenya is a wayward child. She can empathize with these boys. So she was speaking from that. You could have really came back with that bone and made it make sense. But you came back specifically to make mess, to instigate mess, and then you jump back. And she reminds me a lot of Phaedra. It's like, then you jump back and you act like this is not the mess that you just created. You did that on purpose, sis. Like, I don't know. I don't like Sanya right now. She's too messy for me. And I don't like it.
No, the thing is, I agree with you, but I'm beginning to think that Sanya is just really cold-hearted. Like, I think she's just really cold-hearted, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, just as long as you don't ever trust them with your feelings. I think she's just really cold-hearted. I think she does have that athlete's mentality, like stop making excuses and just go, go, go. And I think
Just
when she's
go.
giving people sympathy or showing empathy, that's not the real her. I think she really is like, is
Yeah, I
no
believe
excuses. Are you a champion or not? I don't want to hear anything else. You know?
That's
So
a
yeah.
good. That's definitely a good angle. And I see what you're saying. I see that angle. Well, then,
Yeah.
girl, buckle up. Then have your son glue. Have your husband glue himself to the seat and buckle the fuck up, girl. Because this is what you signed up for. I hope
Yeah.
you ain't thinking
Hey,
you're gonna be the only the girl just creating mess, but the mess ain't gonna come your way. The mess is absolutely gonna come your way, and you better be ready. And have
Yeah.
your husband with a muzzle on.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
wait, I just
Exactly.
I
saw.
wonder if Ross
I
got
just saw.
into it with the other husbands at the reunion.
Well, you know what? I don't know because Sheree, unless Martel was there, and that's the only one thing I'm saying. There's like I've been hearing mixed reports because that's the thing when you hear gossip from Bravo. Bravo keeps a tight leash, and they even got people that come to you giving you misinformation.
Falsy.
You kind of have to piece it together and be
Yeah.
like, all right, how much is this? Is you just trying to throw me off the trail, and how much is this happening? You hear from like 5 people, okay, it most likely happened, and one person's telling you, it's just like, I did hear that Martel was there. Martel, I still don't understand the Martel and Sheree and that fame horn. And baby, I don't understand what goes on in Atlanta. If you are going to get a man that is using you, there are way better looking men with way more money
Thank
that
you.
are happy to use you if that's what the game we're playing. Like, I just don't understand. I don't
Yeah.
understand. I
We
don't
don't
understand.
understand.
Right.
No,
Sheree don't understand either.
Sheree doesn't. It's like Sheree has the worst picker in the world. You waited for
Of
Tyrone. You were
men,
shocked
yeah.
that a
That's
man that just got out of jail wasn't going to just settle down with you. Like, girl, he was in solitary confinement. Of course, he was writing you. You were his only pen pal. Poor Sheree. And I like Sheree too, but when it comes to men or business, Sheree, no. And Sheree
Ray's a
literally is,
glutton for punishment.
yeah, but she's the epitome of someone that should be a trophy wife. You don't want to work. You don't really have business acumen. You're fine to play your part and shut up and this and that and spend your husband's money. Why are you not somebody's trophy wife? That you are the epitome of a trophy wife. So
Well, I mean, she was a
no.
trophy wife, but he divorced her. Remember?
But I would have gotten a different. I would have been like, okay, so the NFL don't want me. I will go be a
What we
major
gonna
league
do
baseball
next?
player.
Right.
There's different trophies, different sports.
She should have found a
I would-
billionaire.
Yeah, or if not, I would have found like a nice executive in Atlanta. A billionaire is nice, but sometimes you can just get someone that's making like high 6 figures and have a good life. Sheree, you could have easily done it. You're beautiful. You have a little clout. You got a little something going on. I don't understand what the problem was. Go get yourself a nice little exec. Literally.
Ray needs
Literally.
therapy to find
Yeah.
out why.
She really does, because at this point, it's not even the fact that you want somebody with lots of money, because you can get somebody with lots of money to settle down with you. It's the fact that you have access, but you keep picking the wrong person. Everybody in the room is into you. You picking that one person, like looking down at his phone, like, oh, what's
That
up?
don't nobody else want.
Yeah. Yeah, no, seriously, Sheree loves picking the last slice of pizza. That's all. The last slice, the 3
Wow, that was
pizza.
the perfect
With 2
analogy.
pepperonis left on it.
Exactly. All right, so listen.
But
Go on.
but to sum up what I think about this, Marlo needs to go. Marlo needs one of her sponsors to sponsor her a reading class or buy her someone that can do reads for her, because the low blows that you take aren't cute, aren't funny. You turn the people against you. Nobody has to do anything. You're doing all the things to get you not to have a peach on your own. Sanya, you're a pick me. You need to choose a side. You need to just pull your wig down on your forehead, because I'm tired of seeing it all the way back at at your edges. It don't work like that, sis. Your husband needs to hush his mouth and go back to was at Philadelphia somewhere. Don't they
Yeah.
got a business up there to run? Like, why are you here? Nobody asked for you. Keep your mouth closed when it's women talking. What man wants to fuss with a woman? What man comes at a woman like that off some rah-rah? I don't know men like that. Real men don't do that. So Sanya and Wreck-It Ralph and damn Drew, girl,
Listen.
you need to
Those
stop
Oh,
being
his
a
name
fool.
is Peanut Head, guys.
No, that's
It's
Wreck-It
Peanut.
Ralph. That is Wreck-It
Oh my
Ralph.
god.
Wreck-It Ralph is wrecking Drew's whole life. How you gonna allow this man to write a book about your child based on something about your child and you haven't read it? Then he said he wants you to write
read
a foreword, and you haven't even read it. You don't know what this man is about to say.
And she had a
We
nerve to be
already know he'll
tearing
say
up.
and do anything to you because he don't care. He don't care how he treats you in public. Everybody sees it. So for you to even allow that to go, girl, you crazy as heck. You're not about to put my child in no book and I don't know what you're gonna talk about. Come on now. And I don't think he a bit more called that boy father. Wreck-It Ralph does not want to be adopt that boy because once he's finished with Drew, he's gonna have no attachment to her or that baby besides the two that he already has with her on his own. That's why he don't want to adopt that boy. He don't want the responsibility. Because if they
Ooh,
ever break up and they ever get a divorce, he not gonna be that stepdad that stays and still treat that boy as his son.
And he don't
oh
want to have to pay for
wow.
child support for them
Yeah,
neither.
the only
Exactly.
reason why that's happening is because um who is George Dusador's current man right now?
Ralph.
Wreck-It
Wow.
Ralph.
Around.
Yeah. Well, Ralph is hearing about what would happen between Dusador and LeBron James and a full entire affair. And that's the reason why they're gonna, they have problems.
But you know
And
what? You
besides the misinformation, um, the Tom Holland and Janelle Coleman time dating romantic relationship is a lot more misinformation, just like what is happening in Barrow.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't know too much about that. We're just gonna stick on Housewives for right now,
Yeah.
and wrap it up. Let's go to Nikki and then Gloria. But thank you, Adam. That was a
Oh,
good point you made. Maybe Ralph does feel some type of way about those LeBron James rumors. You never know. But let's go to Nikki and then we'll go to Gloria.
okay. Sonya's a hypocrite and she's two-faced. She say one thing and then does another thing.
Mm.
She said, no, she said all this about Drew this, Drew, but yet you're not really checking Marlo as hard as you would with Drew. And
I
then
agree
because
with
last week she talked about it on Watch What Happens Live. She had the nerve to say, "Well, Drew, Marlo's more receptive than Drew." I'm like, where at?
seriously.
And she
Where
said,
at?
Yeah, she did say that. I forgot about that. A lie.
Sanya
You
is
don't have
doomed
not
from
one
last
scene
season.
talking to Marlo, but Kenya hung up at the phone with you. You got to stop everything to go in the other room with Kenya so y'all can talk about how she hung up the phone. Kenya showed up late. You had to stop everything to go and talk to Kenya. But we don't have not one scene with you
exactly.
talking to Marlo about any of the stuff that she's been doing. Girl, bye.
You only
No,
seen you
he's
only
pacifying
seen
her.
Sanya address Marlo one time about the whole just
Exactly.
once.
It was again. Maybe they're editing that way. We'll see what happens in reunion. But I do know that Drew and Sonya got into it, but nobody really after that was like complaining about like nobody really challenged Sonya or Drew that much besides themselves. So in that case, they might have been the least relevant people. I don't know what
Yeah.
Drew's going for. The resident, like she's not Cynthia, which is like the peacemaker of Switzerland. You're not exactly like the villain how Kenya used to play. You're not the sweetheart like the way Portia used to play. You're not the businesswoman like
Exactly.
She the
so.
son. She the
I don't
At
know.
son.
least when Cynthia, yeah, she was a little messy, but one thing about her, she wasn't doing all that.
I agree. I agree. One thing about her, she was not doing all that. Let me get into here. Okay, and also Gloria, why don't you round it out and let us know what's going on while I clean the spam out of these comments. Gloria, what's your takeaway of this?
Like the whole episode?
Yeah.
I think the season is really cool. For last episode, I like the way my jaw dropped when Todd say that Marla bought her way in. Sanya is fake. Sanya is so fake. I don't like Sanya.
Yeah.
Why didn't she invite them to why didn't she invite the rest of the cast to that whatever that was? Her
I
event.
don't know. I think she just didn't want them acting a damn fool. You know?
So why
It's a
doesn't she
photo
admit
shoot, I
that?
think.
Like,
Or
why
a
doesn't she?
commercial.
Why doesn't she say so? Like, I didn't want you guys there.
Because
She's
she's,
phony.
I don't know,
Anyway.
maybe because she's passive aggressive. I don't know.
But you know,
Yeah.
if she's a cold person, she needs to own that shit. Like, let her be a cold-hearted person, and let us know her for that. Like Caroline Stanbury in Dubai, she's so cold.
Exactly. That's what she strikes me as. She's very cold. You don't care. You go and do all this stuff. It's just like, all right, Sanya, that's cool. But she keeps trying to act like, no, I really care. And let me be a girl's girl. And it's like, Sanya, shut up. Shut up.
Right.
We know that ain't you. And it's cool. And that's cool. You ain't got to lie to kick it, mama. You do not have to lie to kick it.
You
Okay,
gotta.
so
She didn't get
She's
that
doing
moment.
what Drew did last season, and it's
What you
all
mean?
wrong.
She
Trying to
might,
get in where she fit in, trying to move around the circle to see who going to gel with her the most.
yeah.
Keep talking out of one side of her mouth like Drew used to. She called the girl a Jezebel, but you ain't talking about the prophet. She just never. She don't make sense like Drew didn't make sense last season.
Exactly.
Exactly, because
saw
I
what
feel like.
Drew,
Sorry.
we saw what Drew did at the bachelorette party to fit in. Good thing Sanya wasn't on
Exactly.
last season. I'm just saying.
She just ain't. They just ain't have a stripper that she couldn't.
I wish Drew could just get one personality and stick to it. Like, she can find her spot on the cast and let her just stick to that personality. But
Exactly.
Good
now
luck
she's
with that.
Drew
right.
act like this is a TV show and not a reality show. She's acting. She's not even being herself. She played herself better on the game than she does on this show.
Exactly. Exactly. I feel you on that. So listen, you guys, thank you so much for joining. I will be back tomorrow.
Bye,
When I say
Tisa.
tomorrow, next week. I know my
Hey,
boyfriend literally texted me like, "I see you on live. You're not getting dressed." And I was like,
what was that? What was that man that was talking while I was in the first side with you, in the background with you?
I don't know.
The
Y'all go
ones
check
the one that was talking.
Check out.
Me?
Tisa,
Huh?
the man that it was talking to.
She wasn't talking to nobody.
You're scaring me.
Oh, sorry.
Don't tell me there's spirits floating around me.
No, I'm talking about.
in the background.
Okay, is there a man like? Is there like a man in your life?
Okay.
Just have her
Ask
boyfriend.
you on a date,
I'm sorry.
sis.
Oh my
Go
god.
I'm
check out.
sorry.
Can y'all go
Yeah,
check out my page, my channel, Prosperity
yeah,
to Girl 40.
please, guys, promote yourself.
Like, share,
Sorry.
and subscribe because we
Yeah,
don't know what
sorry
we're
about
talking
that.
about.
No, we didn't hear you. I was over talking to you. So
Oh,
everybody, if you have your channels to promote, please take this time to promote. Next time, y'all can just jump in and let them know, y'all. Sorry about that. Go on, y'all. What y'all have going on? We'll start with Prosperity and then go to everybody else.
check out my new YouTube channel. I just started it. I hit my 300 mark. It might not be a lot to y'all, but it's a lot to me because I'm just starting. And go get you some wine glasses, tumblers, a flask, or anything that you can drink out of or bling out at Cups by Thick Girl on IG.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay. Sounds good. And who else wants to do something?
Y'all just
Anybody
pray
else?
for me. Say a quick prayer for me. I recently launched my business, so
Plug
Just
your
yes.
business, girl. What kind of business is it? What's the name? What is the website? How we gonna log on?
So I can't reveal that yet. Because we're in, like, the marketing stages and all that. So the website is not yet like necessarily live. But when it does go live, I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Well, mine
Okay,
is.
well, good luck, and we will send out a prayer up there for you for all
Thank
success
you.
into your new venture.
Just-
Okay, sis?
just a quick prayer would be really nice for me. Just a quick prayer. Thank you.
I got you.
Lisa, I wasn't trying to scare you at all. I wasn't. At all.
No problem.
I'm sorry about
I'm
that.
just teasing
Yeah.
everybody. So listen, I got the spam out the chat. Thank you so much, everybody. Now let me, and of course, Adam, I was just joking with you, but don't ever do that because I'm always like, there's spirits around. What? So anyway.
No, that was
So listen,
no.
I got the spam out the chat. Thank you so much. All right, you guys. Everybody have a good night, and I will talk to everybody later. Bye.
Bye.
And I'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Be safe out there, Tisa.